Next up on the Cosmic News Network, First Contact with Joshua Pope.
Good morning, Earthlings. Good. How you doing today? Good. How you doing today? Welcome to First Contact Radio. Welcome to First Contact Radio. To talk about all these things I'm talking about is because in life, everything is energy. Every single thing that's out there.
Yo, it's First Contact with Joshua Pope. He's the man on the mic, just in case you didn't know it. Covering news from all around the globe, from the weather and space to UFOs. We'll talk politics and make you open your eyes. Conspiracy theories and government lies. We'll dig it all up and try to find the proof. Cause it's time to demand the truth. It's time.
First Contact Radio. We have arrived. First Contact Radio. We have arrived. First Contact Radio.
It's time to demand
First Contact Radio. We have arrived. First Contact Radio. Good morning, Earthlings. Welcome back from the weekend. How are you today? Hope you had a great weekend. Hope you enjoyed your Valentine's Day. Got to spend it with your loved ones. So yeah, hope it was an awesome weekend. I hope you're ready for this week, and I hope you're ready for today's show. Got a hat? You better hold on to it, because there's a lot of information going to be coming your way today. Some of it you may like, some of it you may not like. Either way, the information's coming to you. First Contact Radio style. We're going to start off here with the cosmic weather compilation of the energies around us today that we're dealing with. We're still on the last couple of days of the sun sign of Aquarius. We could see that on Thursday we go into the next sign, which is Pisces. Go into the next sign, which is Pisces. So just here's where we are right now. The sun's in Aquarius, and then it's going to move over to Pisces because it moves in a counterclockwise direction around this zodiac. So we're going to go to Pisces. We'll be there for 30 days. If you look at this, each one of these is like a 10-day period of time. 10 degrees, 30 degrees total for the month. And then we go to the next sign, okay? So here's where we are today. Our moon sign for today is currently it's void, of course. It left Taurus yesterday, and it's going to be moving into the next sign at 8:34 a.m. So in about a half hour from now, and the next sign is Gemini. Gemini is an air sign. And just refresh your memory on Gemini. Gemini is an air sign. Tarot card of Gemini is the Lovers. This is all about the choices we make, the relationships we have. A relationship is a communication. So it's about the communications we have, or the relationships we have with others in the way we communicate. It's about the choices we make through these various relationships. What we have here is a male and female, the conscious mind, the unconscious mind. Conscious mind, the male, is looking towards the female, the unconscious mind. The unconscious mind is looking up here to the angel, the higher self. When we allow ourselves to understand the higher aspect of what's going on and the higher power that flows through our life, everything becomes much smoother. So that's where we're going into. It's an air sign, air. So we're going to have a lot of air around us today, a lot of movement, a lot of activity, the mind moving, looking for the hopefulness, looking for the way to communicate, to relate, all that stuff. So that's what's going on there. We have an aspect this evening, or just afternoon, in which Mercury, which is the ruling sign or planet over Gemini, Mercury is going to be in a trine with Gemini. Okay, so it's really going to energize what's going on, energize the communication that is taking place. Okay, so that's what we've got going on today, basically. You can look more in depth if you go just read more about astrology and everything that's going on for today, but that's the basics. The moon is 53.2% of the way full. On the 22nd, it will be up to the full moon, so we are already past the first quarter moon, and we're in the last stretch before we get to that full moon. On the Jewish calendar, 6 Adar 1. 6 Adar, and the daily thought for today is opponents. Opponents are evidence that you are moving forward. Their power comes from your fear of them. Got that? Their power comes from your fear of them. So if you're not afraid of them, they have no power. So if we look at our opponents, and as we understand, as we've come to understand through the Nag Hammadi, through the words Yeshua, and the various other codices and texts of the Nag Hammadi, we understand that these archons are the very opponents of which we are referring. These archons are not in the physical, they are beyond the physical, but they affect the physical, because the archons are spreading their ignorant ways, and of course we know that there are plenty of humans down here on Earth which are ready, willing, and able to spread their ignorance and continue the deceitful ways. We see it happening. It's happened all around us, continuing to happen. So we need to be strong and understand the reason we're seeing that is because we are moving forward. They're afraid of that. So we have to not be afraid of them, because the very fact that they are coming forward means that they are afraid of us. Okay? So stand strong against that power. Stand strong against the archonic influence that is out there. On the Mayan Oracle, it's a 6-tone day. 6 tones called the rhythmic tone. Today we have the mirror as the kin, daily kin, and the guide. So we need to take a look in that mirror of life that is reflecting at us. We look into that mirror. Our hidden power is our subconscious, the dreams from our subconscious. Our strength, our ally is birth, giving birth to that fire within us, giving birth to who and what we're about. And the stars are our challenge for today, shining bright the light. I organize in order to reflect balancing order. I seal a matrix of endlessness with the rhythmic tone of equality. I am guided by my own power doubled. And today is a galactic activation portal day. We could see it right down here. We are 3 columns over and 3 from the bottom. So there's where our place is, where everything kind of syncs up. Solar wind 408.9 kilometers per second. Planetary K index quiet at the moment at a 2. Looks like it may be there. However, we probably are going to get hit by some solar wind from the CME. You see the notification here. CME expected to reach Earth during the late hours of 15th has not yet arrived. So it's estimated sometime today, the 15th. Okay, so that is something that is definitely going on. Big gap to hold in right here. It's going to send some wind our way, most definitely. M-class flare possibility is now up to 35%. X-class is at 5%. Geomagnetic storm activity, though, has subsided a bit for the moment. Mid-latitudes dropping from 40 down to 25. High latitudes from 60 down to 30. And finally, up in the sky, this is the map of the sky, 14th through the 16th. Today, 15th, got the Pleiades up, upper right of the moon. Aldebaran, see Taurus where we're at. Orion's belt down here is Orion's belt, the 3 stars. You can always tell Orion's belt. You look for these 3 little stars right next to each other. Okay, and then once you see those, you just can follow it up. Got Betelgeuse and Rigel, 2 of the big stars that are very bright in that system. So it says this evening the moon is in Hades. For North Americans, it creeps along the Hades southern arm with its dark limb occulting 4th magnitude and fainter stars one by one. Then comes Aldebaran. By the time the moon reaches Aldebaran, only the west coast will still have a view, and even there the moon will be low in the west on its way to setting. The dark limbs snap up Aldebaran at 1:05 a.m. Pacific time, and there you go. All right, so that's our cosmic weather. Again, just to refresh, what's the whole point of the cosmic weather? Because every day we have energy around us. Every single day, this energy is flowing around us. Whether it's the energy that we are personally dealing with in our city or our state or in our part of the world, we're being hit by energy. We look at the astrology because the astrology kind of is an energetic pattern that is taking place upon this planet. We don't stop and give our power to astrology because there's nothing to give your power to. It's just a system of looking at the cosmic weather. That's all it is. A way to understand the weather, and the weather that we look at it's connected to time, universal time. It's much different than the way we look at weather down here. We just look at weather on Earth as, is it sunny, is it rainy, what have you. But this cosmic weather gets a little bit deeper because the energies that we're being affected by are a bit more subtle. It's not just about rain or sun or snow or any of that kind of stuff. Okay, so that's our cosmic weather today. Going to be a lot of air going on. Aquarius, Gemini are the two signs we're dealing with. So plan accordingly as you go throughout the day. UFO news is up next.
This is the UFO News with Joshua Poet.
All right, Dirk. Thank you very much. What we have here, I have a bunch of sightings. First one here is red UFO over Montenegro Bay, maybe from Rocca Pia W56. All right, see craft in question. A couple different filters on it. It says this UFO really stands out when you add light to it. It is a sign that it's real. It's one of the few methods to prove a photo is real or not. Photoshop photo will not change much. This did change normally. Okay, the eyewitness says, I was at home watching TV as it became more dark outside. I just went out the balcony to check the weather, as almost all day it was raining with low dark clouds. When I first stepped on the balcony, I just looked towards the sky in the southern direction as bad weather came from that side. My attention was driven to the burning red-orange light just under the base of the one thick black cloud. It was a circle shape and, let's say, a large, like flying balloon. It was almost stationary at altitude, approximately 800 meters. As I looked at that, it started easily to descend, and then all that bright burning light disappeared, and the object started moving so slowly to the southwest direction, totally dark. When it was above the hill opposite my house, it stopped, started to descend, first so slowly, then faster, until it disappeared behind the hill. All the appearances last 5 minutes. During that time, there's not any sound registered and no one signal lights. Okay, that can be seen on a normal craft. All right, so there you go. There's our object in question. Check it out. See what you think about that. Next story. Bright UFO drops smaller one in the sky over Spokane Valley. Here's our object right here. A Spokane Valley resident in Washington has recorded a bright UFO shape on video with a mysterious aerial object moved, hovered, and split into two glowing orbs, a large one and a small sphere. The large ball slowly went down to the ground while the little one drifted away and vanished. Some observers believe it was an alien craft with a detachable section that would serve as a landing pad or as an escape pod during an emergency. The video is thought to have shown a manned alien UFO releasing a landing module with astronauts on board, or an unmanned probe releasing the robotic explorer, similar to the robotic Mars exploration rovers of NASA. Okay, according to the witness testimony filed in the MUFON database, the witness was on the patio of his Spokane Valley home at around 7 p.m. when he noticed a UFO orb with a bright orange-red light flying in the direction of his home. The strange flying thing moved northwest to south and stopped for a while before it changed direction towards the east. Okay. There you go. Moving on. Unknown lights recorded over oil rig in Cotulla, Texas. This was on the 5th of February. Okay, here's our lights in question. Okay. Lights in question here. Alright. If it will scroll down, we could see further. Appears it wants to be up. A little too far. It says here's interesting footage of a bright, unidentified flying object hovering above the sky in Cotulla in Texas, filmed on the 5th. All right, let's see what we have here. 2-minute, 28-second video. All right, there's where we have our blinking lights right here. We got our still shot so you know what you're looking for. Okay, so just lights in the sky. There you go. It kind of matches up what we're seeing here. Well, momentarily it was. Okay, so there you go. Let's move on from that one. Here is bright UFO discards another glowing object to ground level. This is kind of a continuation of the one we just recently saw, and is showing a graphic of what was seen there. Says this was back January 26th. Noticed a bright object in yellow, red, orange colors from outside the back porch. He went into his house, stopped before it changed directions. He alerted his family. Okay, so this was what we just saw, but this was the object that was dropped. As you watch that video, you'll see the whole thing in much clearer. Enlarge the video so you could see it a little bit better. Here is a story, top secret files leaked of an ET crash landing and recovery of live alien, the 1996 Hungarian Roswell you never knew about. February 7th, a Slovakian ufologist claimed to leak top secret UFO files from the Hungarian Air Force to MUFON. Texas UFO Sightings has looked into the files and feels it's well worth sharing with the UFO community for further investigation. Files document a September 18th, 1996 crash between a Hungarian Air Force pilot and extraterrestrial spacecraft, interactions with the live ET recovered from the crash, and a plan to hide information from the public, even profiling witnesses and a particular curious ufologist. The original Hungarian documents have been leaked in a recent MUFON report and previously in 2013 by the Slovakian ufology website. Whether or not these files can ever be validated, it's crucial to note that the crash in question did actually happen. The cause of it is the only thing up for debate. The following is a summary of the contents of these files based on the translations shared in both the MUFON report and the ufology website. Texas UFO Sightings Google translated some key phrases, but overall could not translate the blurry photo copies. If you speak Hungarian, you can help verify the translations below. Please help reach out. Okay. Here's where it took out. It says, according to the many documents, 10 plus pages published over a period of time, 2 alien bodies were retrieved from the crash. One dead and had an autopsy performed, while the other was alive and detained. The living alien resembled a small humanoid man. Sounds like Roswell and the Hungarian Slovakian government wasn't able to learn much from the alien, but speculated that was angry at them and plotting an escape that would rely on some sort of cosmic energy beyond the Air Force's understanding. Over the past 5 days, we've made an attempt to engage in some mutual communication with him and us. It does not respond to any of our experiments. We have an impression that it harbors angers because of the tensions. Really? Huh. So this alien who came down to Earth is upset because he's being held. Can't imagine why he might be upset about that. And one last piece here. This is a story of Obama. Sorry, I get them mixed up. It's easy to get them mixed up because when you go past Obama, you get Hussein, and again, it just takes me back to someone that's not American. Anyway, Obama to 6-year-old, no direct contact with aliens yet. President Barack Obama answered a 6-year-old's hard-hitting questions on an Ellen taping. We haven't actually made direct contact with aliens yet. Obama was questioned during Thursday night taping of the Ellen DeGeneres show by 6-year-old presidential expert Macy Hensley, and she asked the president about the legendary Book of Secrets. That's a secret equipped. Blah, blah, blah. He said, no, we haven't actually made contact with aliens yet. When we do, I'll let you know. Okay, he won't let you know because he's a liar. And yet again, we understand what's going on with the UFO phenomena. Anybody paying attention knows this man is lying. Liar, liar, pants on fire. Liar, liar, pants on fire. Okay, that's our UFO news. I'll be back. Stay tuned. We're going to get into some heavy stuff in just a moment. I'll be right back.
What if our government was responsible for some of the greatest crimes against this nation? Would you really want to know? These are big questions, but these questions deserve answers. It's time to demand the truth.
People should not be afraid of their governments. Governments should be afraid of
9/11 was an inside job. Kennedy was killed by the CIA. Jimmy Carter saw a UFO. Answers to secrets you need to know. So wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
All right, let's continue on. Got a lot to get to here. So today's President's Day, so I wanted to take a moment to provide you a couple of links so you could check out some of what the history of this country is about. Here's a link here. It's called foundingfathers.info. All kind of great info about the founding fathers. George Washington, John Adams, Thomas Jefferson, James Madison, on and on and on. Those who really put this country together. We owe a lot to them for their strength. It'd be nice if in this day and age we actually had a president in office who had the conviction of the founding fathers, but we don't have that. Instead, we have a man trying to tear this country apart, an administration working to get that done. Here's another page, American Presidents in Uniform. These are the last 12 presidents, and we could see here by looking at them and their uniforms. You see a military uniform, got a military uniform, got a military uniform. Look at all these military uniforms here. Okay, won't let me scroll down. There we go. All these military uniforms until we get over here. Here's Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton just has a band uniform. He doesn't have a military uniform. And then we get over to Barack Hussein Obama, and look at his uniform. That's right, Muslim garb. Muslim garb. Why would Obama be wearing Muslim garb? Huh? Why? Because he's Muslim. Muslim in chief. He is wanting to destroy this country. Remember he said he was wanted to go after the fundamentals? Well, that's exactly what he has done. Now, moments ago, you heard a report in which he's denying that we've had any direct extraterrestrial contact. Those who have been studying know that there's been a lot of contact over the years in a variety of ways, from contact and communication to abductions to sightings, on and on and on and on and on. But we know he lies. Interesting thing happened when he was on the Ellen DeGeneres show. The subject of Supreme Court came up, and Ellen asked him a question about his desire to be a Supreme Court justice. Very strange that that question came up and they talked about that, and at the same time, Chief Justice Scalia was found dead. What a weird coincidence. Man was found dead. I want to show you a few links here so you can read through these stories and you can see some of what's going on here. Scalia found with a pillow over his head. Since Justice Scalia was found dead in a resort hotel in Cibolo Creek Ranch on Saturday, questions have been flying about the immediate declaration of natural causes. According to the ranch owner, Scalia was described as animated and engaged during Friday night. 3 dozen invitees to an event. Just hours later, after missing both breakfast and lunch, he was found dead of apparent natural causes. Later, media outlets reported he had suffered a heart attack. Houston businessman John Poindexter, who owns the 30,000-acre luxury ranch, told San Antonio Express, "He was seated near me, and I had a chance to observe him. He was very entertaining." Said he spent a long week, wanted to get some sleep. Poindexter knocked on Scalia's door at 8:30 next morning, was locked. Judge did not answer. 3 hours later, he returned, and he was still missing. We discovered the judge in bed, pillow over his head, bedclothes unwrinkled. Okay. Next story. Foul play or natural causes, things to ponder about Judge Scalia's death. Okay. Basically, same story right there. And yet again, I'm just going to bring these next two links up for you to take a look at. Here we have, it'll allow me to get over to there. This one, okay, here we go. The death of Antonin Scalia, chaos, confusion, conflicting reports. And finally, a video here for your viewing pleasure. And this is Antonin Scalia murdered by Obama to open Supreme Court spot for liberal. I know these are quite a huge and crazy thing to say that he was murdered, but he was murdered. Okay? We're told he died of natural causes. We're told he died of a heart attack. We're told that he had a pillow over his head. And yet, despite all of these questions, there was no autopsy. So here's what I'm going to propose to you. Everybody watches at one time or another a detective show, right? They're on every single day. More than one usually. So when you watch these 60-minute police dramas, everybody has an opportunity for the course of that time to be an amateur detective. And one thing that everybody knows is when somebody dies, what happens? Well, there's always an investigator who does an autopsy. And if you, as the viewer of that show, saw somebody die and there was not an autopsy, you, as the viewer of that show, would think that is weird and suspicious. The characters on the show who were doing the investigation would find something weird and suspicious about that. Yet that's exactly what happened. A justice of the Supreme Court died. There were mysterious circumstances, multiple versions of what happened to him, yet no autopsy. Very, very bizarre. I would say that this man was murdered, and it was covered up, and it's shameful that it's going on. It's shameful that these things are happening, but it just goes to show that the powers that be are very desperate. Now they're out murdering and covering up their murders. I wouldn't be surprised to know if this went directly to Obama or to Hillary herself or to anyone else in that administration, because I don't trust any of them. Now, if you've had an opportunity to watch the debates that took place on Saturday, you may have seen quite a fiery debate that went on. But here's some things that have been found out after the fact. Do you know that the RNC tried to cheat on multiple ways? First of all, they made sure that the overwhelming majority of people that were in there were donors. Donors to Rubio and to Bush. That's why when you listened, you heard the boos that were coming from anybody else other than those two candidates, because it was stacked for them. There's also one point in time later in the show, later in the debate, where Rubio was giving an answer in regards to amnesty and immigration, and up on the screen popped a graphic right next to his head, listed all of the bullet points of what he was talking about. Didn't happen with anybody else. And in order for that to have occurred, somebody had to plan that in advance. You don't just spring it on you. Somebody didn't just say, oh, let me guess what he's going to say and write up these bullet points. Somebody knew what he was going to say, and Rubio knew that he was going to be asked that. And lo and behold, it all matched up, and there was a graphic on the screen. So we've got cheating going on. The RNC is cheating. They tried to cheat by putting out an announcement using Donald Trump's name, saying Donald Trump was encouraging people to donate to the RNC. He has since contacted them and told them to stop using his name. Since they're trying to railroad him anyway, why should they use his name? So they stopped. But there's cheating going on. What did we catch from earlier on? The opponent is there because we're getting close. We're getting close to the truths of things, so therefore the archons, that archonic influence, the evil influence through all of these leaders, it's there. It's being dealt with, and the people are none the less wiser. When you heard the debates, did you hear when Donald Trump talked about the hundreds of friends of his who died in the World Trade Centers? And did you hear the people in the audience booing? How disrespectful of them that they booed when he talked about friends of his that died. How disrespectful and shameful of them. But it just goes to show where their minds and their hearts are. Okay, this is not just a battle that we're having for a president. This is the battle for this country. We have definite dark forces that have infiltrated our government here in the United States and are tearing it apart. Anybody who can't see this, you're not paying attention. We need to take a good hard look at what's going on, because if we don't get to the bottom of this, we're not going to recognize this country anymore. Because there's many of us who don't recognize what's going on now because the actions that are taking place are very bizarre. We have groups of college students who want to support a socialist. They want to support Bernie Sanders. Socialism has three things about it. One, the government owns everything. Two, nobody has personal or private property. And three, it's a step towards communism. As a matter of fact, Lenin said that the goal of socialism is communism. So we have a communist agenda taking place in this country, and many Americans are clueless to this or have been brainwashed into believing that this is the right thing. We need to pay attention, folks, because our country is in jeopardy. Our country is being destroyed in front of our very eyes, and the people who are destroying it are being allowed in by this administration. And the crazy part is you have people that are wanting to have all of this destruction going on because they don't know better. It's very, very bizarre. Very bizarre. You hear, there's videos online, you can find ones going viral right now. It's a group of Muslims, member of Islam, talking about all of the horrific murder that should happen to people that are homosexual. Yet here in America, there are many members of the Democratic Party, liberals, who are saying that we need to let these people in. The very people that want to kill them are the ones they want to let in because they're clueless of the fact that that's what's going on. There's a problem. People aren't using their brains. So the people that aren't using your brains, we need to find a way to move past that. And the only way we do is by using our brains. How did we get here? Because God has been removed from the equation. And as they continue to remove God from the equation, the society becomes godless. And as it becomes godless, what's there if you don't have God? The void is going to get filled by evil, darkness. Okay? So if you're someone out there that shines that light into the world, shine that light, baby. Shine that light. Because that's what we need to do. There's too much darkness going on, too much evil going on. But again, remember, they only get their power from fear. Don't be afraid of them. There's nothing to be afraid of. There's nothing to be afraid of. If we stand up and allow the power of divinity to flow through us, we're going to make some wonderful things happen. But it's up to us to stand up. It's up to us to take charge of what is going on. If we don't, we're going to be really, really sorry. Okay? All right. So, let me switch gears from here. I'm going to throw a song on just for a moment, just so we can kind of clear that energy. Switch gears. I'll be right back.
Come into our circle, Great Spirit. Fill our souls with peace.
Onward. So we're going to continue with the Nag Hammadi. Before I get into reading the one for today, I want to give you this link here. This is a 4-part series on Gnosis, Gnostics. Gnosis meaning knowledge. This first part, knowledge of the heart. The reason I bring this up to you is because there's some wonderful interviews in here, and one of the interviews that is done is with the man who found these texts in 1945. His name is Muhammad Ali. He is a Muslim, and he talks about how he found these, and you can hear the interview within here, and how he found them, and how they were dispersed among the others that found them, and how over time, before these got sent out to anyone, how pages were destroyed and burnt and so on and so forth. Kind of a very bizarre story, and makes you wonder after listening to it how much information was lost. It's grateful that we have what we have, but watch this series. It's 4 parts to it. Wonderful series indeed. Okay, today I'm going to read this from the Nag Hammadi. It's called Thunder, the Perfect Mind. I was sent out from the power, and have come to you who study me, and am found by you who seek me. Look at me who study me, you who study me, and you who hear me. You waiting for me, take me into yourselves. Don't banish me from your vision. Don't let hatred enter your voice against me, or let anger enter your hearing. In no place, in no time, be unknowing of me. Be alert. Don't be ignorant of me. I am the first and the last. I am the honored and the scorned. I am the whore and the holy. I am the wife and the virgin. I am the mother and the daughter. I am the members of my mother and the barren one with many sons. I have had a grand wedding, and I have not found a husband. I am a midwife, and I do not give birth. I am the solace of my labor pains. I am bride and groom, and my husband produced me. I am the mother of my father and sister and of my husband, and he is my offspring. I am a slave of him who prepared me and ruler of my offspring. He produced me earlier, yet on my birthday. He is my offspring to come, and from him is my power. I am the staff of his power in his youth, and he the rod of my old age, and whatever he wants happens to me. I am a silence incomprehensible, and an idea remembered often. I am the voice whose sound is manifold, and word whose appearance is multiple. I am the utterance of my name. Why do you who hate me love me, and hate those who love me? You who deny me confess me, and you who confess me deny me. You who tell the truth about me lie about me, and you who lie tell the truth. You who know me be ignorant of me, and those who have not known me, let them know me. I am knowledge and ignorance. I am shame and fearlessness. I am shamelessness and ashamed. I am strength and fear. I am war and peace. Hear what I say. I am disgraced and the grand being. Consider my poverty and wealth. Don't be arrogant when I am cast down on the earth, and you will find me in those who are come. Don't stare at me lying in a dung heap. Don't run off and cast me away. In the kingdoms you will find me. Don't stare when I am cast with the disgraced in the most sordid places, or laugh at me. Don't throw me out among those violently slaughtered. I am compassionate and cruel. Be careful. Don't hate my obedience or love my self-control. When I am weak, don't forsake me or fear my power. Why do you despise my fear and curse my pride? I am a woman existing in every fear, and in my strength when I tremble. I am a woman, weak and carefree in the pleasant places. I am senseless and wise. Why have you hated me in your counsels? I will be silent among the silence and appear and speak. Greeks, why do you hate me? Because I am a barbarian among the barbarians? I am the wisdom of Greeks and knowledge of barbarians. I am the judgment of Greeks and barbarians. My image is great in Egypt, and I have no image among the barbarians. I am hated everywhere and loved everywhere. I am called life, and you have called me death. I am called law, and you have called me lawlessness. I am the one you pursued and seized. I am the one you scattered and gathered together. I am one before whom you are ashamed, and to me you are shameless. I am the woman who attends no festival and whose festivals are many. I am godless and one whose God is great. I am one you studied and you scorned me. I am unlettered and you learned from me. I am one you despise and you study me. I am one you hide from and you appear to me. When you hide, I show. When you appear, I hide. Take me into understanding from grief, and take me from understanding and grief. Receive me into yourselves from other places, ugly and destroyed, and steal from the good even in their ugliness. Out of shame, take me to yourself shamelessly. Without shame and with shame, rebuke what is mine in you, and come to me, you who know me, and you who know my members, and make great ones among small first creatures. Come to childhood, and don't despise it, because it is small and tiny. Don't turn away the great in parts from the small, for the small is known from the great. Why do you curse and honor me? You wound me and have mercy. Don't separate me from the first you have known. Don't cast out or turn away. Turn away and not know. I know the first ones, and those after them know me. I am perfect mind and rest. I am the knowledge of my search, the finding of those who look for me, the command of those who ask about me, the power of powers, in my knowledge of angels sent at my word, and of gods in their seasons sent by my counsel, and of the spirits of all who exist in me, and of women who live in me. I am one who is honored, praised, and scornfully despised. I am at peace, and war has come because of me. I am alien and citizen. I am substance and one without substance. Those unconnected to me are unfamiliar with me, and those in my substance know me. Those close to me are ignorant of me, and those far away have known me. On the day I am close to you, you are far, and on the day I am far, I am close to you. I am within. I am of natures. I am of created spirits, the request of souls. I am control and the uncontrollable. I am union and dissolution. I abide and dissolve. I am below, and they come up to me. I am judgment and acquittal. I am sinless, and the root of sin comes from me. I am lust outwardly, yet within me is control. I am hearing for all, and my speech is undecipherable. I am unspeaking mute, and error enormous in my many words. Hear in me gentleness, and discover me in roughness. I am the woman crying out and cast upon the face of the earth. I prepare bread in my mind within. I am the knowledge of my name. I am the one who cries out, and I listen. I appear. I walk in. I am the defense. I am called truth and inequity. You honor me and whisper against me. You, the vanquished judge, those who vanquish you before the judge. You, because in you the judge and partiality exist. If you are condemned by one, who will acquit you? If acquitted by him, who will arrest you? What is in you is outside, and one who fashions you on the outside shapes you inside. What you see outside, you see within you. It is visible and your garment. Hear me, hearers, and find out about my words, you who know me. I am the hearing all can reach. I am speech undecipherable. I am the name of the sound, and the sound of the name. I am the sign of the letter, and the designation of the division. I, light, great power, will not move the name to the one who created me. I will speak his name. Look at his words and all the writings completed. Be alert, hearers and angels, and those sent, and you spirits arisen from the dead. I alone exist, and have no one to judge me. Many pleasures exist, and many sins, uncontrolled passions, and disgraceful desires, and brief pleasures embraced by people until they sober up and float up to their place of rest. There they will find me and live, and they will not die again. That is thunder, the perfect mind. Nice poem, nice summary, saying all that we have heard throughout this. Again, the bottom line, there is this amazing divine spirit that flows through us in all of life. It flows through us in all of life. It can't help but flow through everything.
Great Spirit, shine down your
Look at this
light.
graphic right here. Oh, not that graphic. This one right here. Okay? As we look at this graphic, what do we see? We see the mother and the father. This energy emanates. Emanate means flow forth. It flows forth from the mother and the father through the Christ, which was created by the combination of the mother and father. And through this Christ energy, all things flow forth. All the realms that have been created come forth through this. So, it is not possible that there is anything created that does not have this spirit flowing through it. What does exist is the information that blocks that spirit from releasing itself. We live in a world that wants to block you from receiving that information. We have a story in the Bible that restricted people from having the information to connect them to their divinity. Therein is where Yaldabaoth comes into play, because we have this fallen being who created the reality that we know, this visible world, this earth, as a counterfeit of what was known about the other realms. And this being created us but wanted to keep us disconnected from things as it was. First, out of its own ignorance of being aware of what was there, and second, once it did know, out of jealousy and arrogance. We have this power flowing through us, my friends. No one can stop it unless we allow ourselves to be stopped. All we have to do is close our eyes and go inside, and we find and we see that spirit of light, that spark shining in us. And we understand that the Father, God, the Spirit that flows through us is this abundant source of life that is there providing us each and every moment with everything we need. All we need to do is reach out to it. That is where we have this co-creatorship, because the Spirit will reach, but we have to make an effort as well. We have to reach to the Spirit. And in that, we then take and we hold hands with the Creator. Not the creator of humankind here is Yaldabaoth and those, but the true creator of all of life itself. So my friends, find that spirit within you. Go inside. If there's any time in life that we needed to be connected to God, it's now. Here. Because life is changing drastically, and if we don't embrace this spirit that is here for us, times are going to be more challenging for many individuals. But those who connect with the Spirit, those who connect with that which is in them, are going to find many miraculous things going on in the world in which they live, because that Spirit is nothing but the spirit of abundance and purity and wholeness and goodness. And if one is connected with that divine source, how could you be anything other than abundant and filled with divinity and filled with goodness and shining that into the world? It's just a matter of what we recognize or what we don't. It's already in us. We can't deny that. All we have to do is see it, be it, live it. It's not that difficult. But we have to be strong enough to stand up against all the dark forces that want to keep us from going and looking at that. We have to stop being afraid of putting the truth out into the world because someone's going to come and try to stop us. No one can stop God. No one can stop God. So get on the winning team, my friends. If you have any questions or doubts, just go within. And when you go within, you're going to find a spirit, an unconquerable spirit that is there, waiting for you, patiently, to understand the power that truly exists in each and every one of us. Okay? There you have it. Today we have a channeled message. Shanta Gabriel. Here we go.
Shanta Gabriel tilde AA Gabriel tilde February 14th, 2016. You are always receiving God's love whether you tune in or not. Dear one, God's love is the energy that permeates the universe. It is the essence in which you live, move and have your being. There is no time when you are separate from divine love, whether or not you are aware of this fact. Divine love is always there for you. If you do choose to be aware that you are basking in the light of the universe in every moment, your life can change for the better. When you remember that you are always receiving God's blessings, you know that you are supremely loved. No matter what you have done, or not done, you are loved. No matter how imperfect you feel, you are loved. You are the beloved child of a benevolent God who wants you to be happy, free, wealthy, and filled with love. This is what you deserve because you are you. You have come to this place and time to hear this message. You need to remember how much your life is worth to the Creator of all that is. Bask in this possibility for a moment. Breathe in the divine light and know, really know, how much you are loved. There is no one else in the world with the gifts, talents and abilities that you have. When you realize this, you can give thanks, knowing the way is now open for you to use your God-given talents and abilities to expand and enrich your life. For this you came to Earth. You also came to Earth to learn the lessons your soul has chosen to learn. These lessons may feel difficult. You may see no way to accomplish your dreams. You may not even feel as though it is okay to have your dreams. Yet within you there is a spark from your soul that knows that you are always receiving divine love. This love, which you are continuously receiving, holds the energy that can carry your dreams into the world. This love can heal all that causes you pain. This love brings hope and carries the seed of truth within its light-filled energy. It's here for you now. Breathe in divine love. The angels are messengers of God. They carry divine love to those who will listen and receive all that is available to them from the universal presence. So ask to receive this love. You are worthy to have the love of God in every area of your life. Remember as you go through this day, no matter what you are doing or where you are, you are always receiving God's love, whether you tune in or not. Shanta Gabriel 4. Archangel.
All right. Very good. It's kind of a confirmation of what I was just saying, isn't it? Spirit's there. The love's there. We just need to understand that it is. And we're going to be loved regardless of what happens because that's the nature of God. To love all that is created by God. To love all that has come forward. So even the challenges, even the errors, even the mistakes, they're still loved because it's part of the process, because in those mistakes is the opportunity for redemption. And so we have an opportunity, my friends. We have an opportunity to just keep loving, keep being that which flows through us. Close your eyes. Let's do our meditation for today. All right, I want you to take a deep breath and exhale. And take another breath and exhale again. And one more breath and exhale. And feel this breath as it goes in and out. And take a moment as you're breathing just to think about the miraculousness of this breath that continues on and on from the moment you are born to the time when you leave. And you realize that there's something miraculous to this constant breathing that occurs. We think about our heart and the beating of the heart that takes place on and on, minute by minute, hour by hour, day by day, year by year. And as we think and reflect upon all of these miraculous ways in which we live, we understand the love of the divine, the love of the Father that shines through us, of Great Spirit, Grandfather, Grandmother, Christ. So imagine ourselves walking down a road, and we walk down that road and we see a mountain at the end of the road, and we're walking towards that mountain. And at the height of that mountain, we see that we have an opportunity to climb higher in our aspirations. And so we imagine ourselves walking this path, and one obstacle after another moving in our way. But as we stay focused on the higher path, on the higher vision, we find that these obstacles are nothing to us, and we move smoothly past them and easily. And as we move up the path of the mountain, we step around any obstacle, step over it, move past it, until we finally reach the height. And there, we're able to look around and see the earth below. And as we see this plane, this earth plane, all about us, we understand that from this perspective, we fill ourselves with compassion as we're able to observe all that is going on. And as we look at life and at the world from this perspective, we let go of these small things that are in our mind and realize that they are nothing more but small things that get in our way, distractions that keep us from being who and what we are truly are. So let's just take a moment to contemplate the spirit that flows through us as we look around at the life about us. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory. Thank you, Father, for the blessings. Thank you for sending your Son, Yeshua, the Christ. Thank you for the blessings of your divinity and the wisdom in the world this day and each and every day. And thank you for allowing us to be channels of your love and divinity and your light. May our light shine bright throughout all, and may we find ourselves at home and at rest in the light. So let the subconscious mind keep moving now on this journey, just sending light into the world that flows through you, sharing it with others as it is shared with you, and imagine them doing the same. So let the subconscious mind continue sharing the love, sharing the light. And let's bring our conscious mind back to the present moment on the count of 3. 3, coming back to the present moment filled with confidence. 2, coming back to the present moment filled with faith. And 1, coming back to the present moment happy, healthy, and whole. Happy, healthy, whole. Take another deep breath. Hold it. Exhale. and open your eyes. All right, thank you very much, my friends, for being here today. We're all in this together. We're living during a wonderful time, and we have a wonderful opportunity to bring God, the spirit of all, into life. This is the reality that has been created. The opportunity is here for us to give all glory to the Father. All we need to do is recognize that light within us, and when we do, miracles happen. That's it, my friends. That's the show. That gets us started for the week. Links are available to everything that was talked about today. FirstContactRadio.com. You can also send me messages at any of the pages, Facebook, YouTube, or FirstContactRadio@yahoo.com. Any way you choose, and I appreciate all the communications that you send to me. Please feel free to send this show, share it any place you'd like. If you want to cut it up, edit it, go right ahead. That's it, my friends. Have an awesome day. I love you. Keep loving each other, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace. I'm out of here.